Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Let's talk vision boards today. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nyeke and I'm so glad that you have time to spend with us on this space. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, and share this video. Those three actions really help me a lot. Now, it's a long-standing tradition in this space to talk about a vision board. We always set one together at the beginning of every year, but this year, let me tell you, my year has started in February, so it is the beginning by force. And we are going today to set up together a vision board. Now, last year, the very first vision board I ever had was a hard copy vision board. However, I do move around a lot and I don't have the space or the luxury of boards and magazines to be able to cut things out of. And to be honest, it looks just a little bit. Controlling the aesthetic is a little bit difficult. So what I do instead is I use an electronic or a digital vision board. So that's what I'm going to show you how to make today. Now, last year we made one, and the one we made on InDesign, and I showed you how I remove photos or I download photos from Google and then I use those photos to make my vision board. But this year the method is quite simple. But first I have to show you all the steps which we take before we actually land on the screen. So the first step we have to have, of course, is a journal. And this year I did something really beautiful. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you miss out a lot. I did make a gratitude journal that was going to help you fill in your journal. So I put together a bunch of questions. This is my gratitude journal folder. So this is my folder where I put the printables that I use when I print them and form my own diary, and I add notes pages when I need to go for meetings, etc, etc. So the journal that I am talking about is this one. The gratitude journal. You can download it free of charge from justike.com, and you can print it out and then we can fill it together. So if you don't have it already, you can pause the video, go print it, or go and open it. I have a digital version of, if you want to talk to me, you can just email me. I will send you a digital version which you can fill like a form, and it'll help you in this process. So in this journal, I put together a bunch of reflections for 2020. So these are a bunch of questions that help you just generally reflect on a year, what you expected out of 2020, what 2020 actually gave you, because it gave most of us shit, and then we move on to 2021. So you're going to fill with me at least 2 pages. I would have filled the whole journal except some things that are really personal, and then some things are, this video would drag on for too long. So let's just fill in this few pages with you guys. So after you fill in the pages and talk about your career, who influenced you the most, then we have now the manifestation journal. So I want to talk a little bit about manifestation. I am not an ardent follower of The Secret. I don't believe in The Secret and attracting good things or whatever that thing is. I don't. In fact, the main reason I do vision boards is to be able to put my goals in a place where I can see them and I can remember them, because sometimes life hands you this forgetfulness for some reason, like when you're stressed and your goals keep moving or your belief in yourself keeps shifting, you forget the things you actually wanted in the beginning. So I do this particularly for myself to remember, to be able to visualize what I actually want. and the things I actually hope for. So this is just an exercise to write your goals except in a visual manner, and it's not some magic potion to bring for you the things that you want, because you have to work for them or bribe for them. Anyway, so then there's a manifestation journal. I didn't know what else to call it, so I called it manifestation journal. So this is just us projecting what we want out of 2021. So after you finish filling in the manifestation part of the journal, then you are ready with your word of the year to go and then make the vision board. So the word of the year is usually what guides how the vision board goes and how you then divide what the vision board looks like. Now, my word for the year this year is actually to dare, because there's so many things I've not done because I'm literally just scared. So my word for the year is dare, and that's what we're going to use in the next step. Now, for this year, I decided to use a software called Canva. It's very, very common. You can use it on your phone, but the desktop experience is much, much, much better. So I decided to use Canva because they do have free stock images. And if you pay for the pro, you get access to all the stock images they have. And then it has cute fonts, different fonts, and there are really a lot of them. It has little doodles that you can be able to use to fill in spaces in your journal. And then it also allows you to upload your own photos and do that kind of thing. So initially last year, I showed you guys how I was downloading photos from Google, and then I had to take them to InDesign. InDesign is a paid for software and it's not cheap. So this Canva is a subscription software, and it's gonna help you do a lot of other things. So it's kind of a cool thing. But they have a free version where you can just use Canva for free without having to upgrade to Pro, and that will give you, it will still give you enough, I guess, or just okay stock images and things to use, so you won't be so stranded. So we're going to open Canva right now. I'm going to put it on the screen. So we're going to open Canva right now, and we are going to start the process. So the first thing you want to do is pick a template. Now it's kind of cool because you can just go there and pick and actually type vision board, and it's going to bring you a bunch of templates that align to or are as close to what you're looking for as possible. So I just went through the various templates and I picked something that I thought was cute, that I kind of wanted my vision board to look like. So I opened it up, and then the first thing I did was resize it because I wanted it in landscape, and this one was a square space and I wanted it in landscape. So I then changed I resized. It allows you to resize, especially when you're on Pro. When you're on Pro, it allows you to resize, and I resized it, and then I started to edit it. So the first thing I did was kind of delete the pictures that were there because that setting is not what I was going for, but I kept the text boxes because they kind of had the vision that I had. So I then changed the fonts to the thing that I wanted to change them. They have various fonts. I tried out the backgrounds and picked the background that I wanted. Then I changed the fonts. Then now there are these little elements that you can put. So there are other templates that I've worked on before that had elements that I really liked and that I couldn't really find. When you go to elements, you can just type and type whatever you want and it comes up. But I really knew the elements that I wanted, and I couldn't find them just by searching. So what I did is I just went to a different file that I had been working on before and picked the little elements that you'll see me adjusting over here. And then the next thing now, I started then to think about how I wanted my vision board to look like. So I placed the title at the bottom right. That should be your bottom. Yeah, at the bottom right corner of the page. And then I put my word just up top center. So my word was there. We've already talked about it. So I put there up center. Yeah, up center. And then I started then to fiddle a little bit with how now I wanted the outline to look like. So I like to stack things in families or things that they're related, like career, home, personal, and those kind of things. But this time I just decided things that would visually go together, because anyway, every picture really does stand for something that I want to get out of my year in 2021. And so what I did was then I started to arrange things after centering my word and writing the vision board, deciding how the page is going to be oriented. I started to just fiddle around with photos. So the cool thing is they have stock photos. So you can just go and type self-care and then they'll bring you a photo that looks like what you want. And then you can scroll through a million and gazillion photos and pick the one that really speaks to you the most. Another thing I like to do is pick photos of myself in spaces where I was happy or where I liked and I want to be. And this particular one, I picked a bunch of things from my latest, technically it was 2021, but yeah, my latest holiday, because I really liked some photos that we took from there, and some photos of the journal, because the journal is also something that I really want to focus on this year, and just photos that really spoke to me and really represent what I want out of this year in general. So sometimes I go very ambitious, and I know sometimes that I might not finish up exactly what I wanted. For instance, last year I did have a section on home because we had planned to finish our home last year, like to finish finishing, because we're starting life. So just finishing, not dream home or anything, just finishing. So we were just trying to make a livable space out of our current circumstances and a comfortable livable space. However, pandemic pandemic happened and a bunch of other things happened, and so we were not able. However, we did quite a considerable amount of things as far as home is concerned, and I was reviewing my vision board last year, earlier this year, my last year's vision board, and I could see how some things that I put in there came to life. At least some partially, some three quarter, but I don't think there's anything I finished fully. And so I'm going to have to put them again this year, and hopefully I get to finish them. I know there's some things that are long shots, and there's some things that are very achievable right now, and there are things that represent a continuing process. Like for instance, if you get a bed, so we got a bed last year, and then this year I want to change the bed. I want to change the aesthetic of the bed a little bit. There are some things I want to change of the bed. That will still appear in my vision board, except it's a process. It's a representation of a process that was going to happen. It's going to sort of continue to change. Okay, or if you want to change the rugs in your home, or if you want rugs, or if you want to move into your new house, like things really change all the time and they're not cast in stone. So don't feel too pressured about what you put there. Instead, just know it is a representation of something that you want, and you're not magically attracting it. I just have to say that again. There's no magic in attracting it. Like, I know people on social media say things like they're manifesting a holiday and then a holiday comes, but what they don't tell you, and this are social media people usually, like influencers, and what they don't tell you is they've written proposals. So they didn't just sit there and then someone thought, oh my God, yeah, you need a trip to Diani now. No, not really. They've written proposals, they're in a space where they need it. And so it's not something that you magically manifest in your life. You magically wish for it and it comes. Otherwise you'd be wishing for world peace. So I'm just saying. Yeah, so I'm just going to run a hyperlapse of the sequence of events, and then I'm gonna come and show you the final. At this point, the vision board is basically done. So another thing I didn't say about Canva is that if I want to edit my vision board, I actually can. I can access Canva on my phone, and I can also access it on my laptop. And so if I want to change anything, if somewhere along this year my visions, my feelings change, if there's something I have done or I have changed my mind about, or something I left out that I need to add, I can, because I actually did go and add again something I had forgotten, but I added it now, and I can keep editing it, which is kind of the cool thing about having a digital vision board. So this is how my vision board looks like right now. My word is there, and I put all these things that really speak to me, that I hope that are going to sort of work out this year. And I hope I showed you a thing or two, and I hope this was really useful to you. So this is just how my vision board looks like in general. And the beauty of me showing you my vision board that has pictures, the pictures mean different things and you could interpret them in different ways. So it still keeps my privacy, which is something that's very very elusive from us. Anyway, so this is how it looks like. You can check my 2020 vision board over here, and I'm going to see you in the next one. I hope you like this video. See you.